G'day, Sparkmilly here and welcome back to our Alfa Romeo Motorsport Manager F1 2021 Manager Mod mini series. Alright, so I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Welcome back to the channel. I am actually recording this video the same day I recorded episode 7. So unfortunately the 7th episode hasn't dropped yet, so I won't be able to feature any comments in the video, but I'll feature the last video and this video's comments in the next episode. So make sure to leave any thoughts, feedback, suggestions in the comment section below. I reply to all comments as well. And consider giving the video a like if you're enjoying the series, and subscribe if you haven't already. Road to 1,000 by the end of the year is possible, so I mean a lot if you could help us with that one. But without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so a bit of a lower finish than our podium last time out. It was an interesting qualifying session, if I'm being honest. Both McLarens went out on a rainy Q1, which left it quite open for Q2. Schwartzman finished P8 in Q2, got through to Q3. We qualified on the softs in Q2 as well, which meant we got to have the ideal racing strategy. Leclerc got 11th in qualifying, so he got the best spot outside the top 10. And Schwartzman ended up qualifying 6th, and he finished 6th. So a very decent race for us. The McLarens had a slow comeback. They were right up there, and then they just didn't quite push further. Obviously they were like 18th and 19th because they went out in Q1, but George Russell takes the checkered flag, Ricciardo follows, and then Schumacher. We only just lost out to Charles Leclerc in 5th place, literally on the final lap, so a bit disappointing there, but we'll definitely take that result. Okay, so we knew last time out that our mobile sponsor was about to run out, so we got our new sponsorship offer. I have a feeling slot 4 can be a big one. Whereabouts was it on the car again? I believe it was maybe on the front wing, I think. Let's have a look. What have we got here? Chevrolet is the option that's jumping out to me at 2.5 upfront payment. I don't really like the color of it. I don't think it will suit the car as nice as maybe some of the other ones. That being said, no, it kind of sticks out in the menu kit, doesn't it? Which is a similar sort of color to us. So, and it is also 17 races. This is more fixed pay. This will suit the car. We don't really need the money. I think we're going to go with this one. 10 races as opposed to 17. Bit less up front, bit more on the fixed pay, and it's a shorter length. I don't really like any of these contract deals. So we're going to go ahead and choose this one. I believe it's on the front wing. Yeah, that looks clean. Yeah, good decision there. Looks a bit nicer than I think the Chevrolet would have done, but yeah. Car is looking nice. Okay, so that suspension we worked on and we began working on the last episode is now complete. A bit of work to do on that, but to be honest, we still haven't worked on the front wing from last episode and the top speed from last episode. The engine, as you can see, they're still worst on grid, so the engine's going to take top priority when working on it. But for now, we are going to design a new rear wing, try and get, because that's the only part we haven't built this season. I think that's only fair. We're going to try and make it as close to maximum as possible, just so we don't have to work on it as much, you know what I mean? So 1609, 1619, I think that's probably the play. Bit better on the performance, and you know, it's just a little boost to performance without taking too much time out of our improvement stuff, but we'll go ahead and build that. Okay, so that rear wing we just built is now complete, and yeah, we've sort of built a part in every part now, every part department rather. So I think we're going to build another engine just because we've got a lot of improving parts to do. This will keep our design new parts team busy for quite some time. As you can see there, we're down to epic engines now, and we don't really have any good epic components. Maybe the red zone one, but to be honest, we never get even close to the red zone, so it seems like a waste of 4 days. So we may as well go a couple of the other parts. So I mean, yeah, we don't even have that many good top speed components. It's rubbish. Maybe we go that one, just do 3 that one. Again, it's not that good. It's only got 10 reliability. So yes, we're going to do that. So 1710 legendary component, only 10 reliability. We can work on that, and it'll also unlock legendary engine builds. So that is fine. Alright, so at the Hungaroring, the Ferraris finished 1-2. The McLarens and the Red Bulls went out in Q1, and the McLarens, ever since I've left the team, they've been bottling the qualifying sessions, well, the last 2 weekends anyway. They did win the World Championship with Piastri last year, who did steal the podium off us with 3 laps to go. We were in that podium spot for so long with Schwartzman, but just lost out to Piastri, who had the pace. Obviously, I mean, as soon as it was within 5 seconds of us, I knew we were losing that podium spot because that McLaren is so quick. But Russell crashed out, so that was the only reason why we were in our podium spot to begin with, to be honest. But Yeah, a decent race. Again, adding more points to the tally. Red Bull are slowly extending their advantage. Let's actually go forward a little bit to the standings. We have like sort of a mid-episode standings update. So as you can see there, Red Bull are pulling away a little bit, but we are also pulling away from Alpine and especially Williams. To be fair, Williams and Alpine are actually quite close. But yeah, we are solidly in 5th place with about 30 points ahead of us, 30 points behind us, which isn't bad. I will take 5th place. Ladies and gentlemen, it is another podium in Spa-Francorchamps. And what a race it was. What a weekend it was. We were just on fire pace-wise, which is surprising because Spa is usually engine heavy, which we have been improving, but we're still the second worst engine on grid. We actually out-qualified Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen with Schwartzman and Leclerc. It was like 8th and 9th we qualified, and then Schwartzman put on an absolute clinic of driving. He was on the good strategy as well, only finishing behind the McLarens. He ran a decent portion of the race, and then we pitted. And just after we pitted, there was a virtual safety car that came out, so maybe a bit of an opportunity missed there. But as you can see there on the pit screen, we pitted pretty late in the race, so we didn't want to leave him out on dead tires if we didn't have to, because obviously maybe we could have no stop, but we don't no stop. You know, it's just cheating. So yeah, Leclerc is down in 13th. Daniel Ricciardo, who did get pole, I don't know if I said that, but did crash out, and Russell crashed out as well. So that seems to be the pattern, that when we get a few DNFs, we then get a podium sometimes. You know, not all the time. We were pretty close last time out with 4th place. But yeah, pull it off today. And I must say, Russell is choking a little bit. He won 6 races to kick off the season, and now he's DNF'd, I think, 3 times in the last 4 or 5 races. So, bit of a bottle job from him, but yeah, what a result for us. We'll take that. There he is, the red and white confetti falling down with our bronze trophy. Trevor Carlin is the McLaren manager now. There you go. Of course, we were there before. That's why Zach Brown's no longer there. But I believe actually he's the CEO. But anyway, yeah, Schwartzman on the podium, Piastri top step, Lando Norris, who wasn't always on the podium, but yeah, good to see him on there. We're happy to be there too. Okay, so from the highs of Spa-Francorchamps to the not so bad Zandvoort, that's actually a decent result. Like I said after the last race, we sort of need a couple DNFs from the big boys to be able to get a podium. We had no DNFs at all, and it was a largely dry weekend, a bit of rain. So to be 5th place is not bad at all. This Alfa Romeo car, from not being able to win points to being in and around the points, especially with Leclerc as well, his car still isn't up to scratch, and he's finishing above Verstappen and Hamilton on the regular. So that is awesome to see. And you know, we if we get some good parts for next season going, who knows, season 3 we could be challenging. But just some food for thought. Decent race at Zandvoort. Russell wins and doesn't DNF finally. Alright, so that will be it for the racing in this episode. We're going to quickly run over what the car is, then we'll look at the standings, then we'll wrap it up. But let's have a look here. Top speed, we're up to 9th. It was up to 8th momentarily, but then Prema built a new engine and Rio took it. So that engine battle is relentless. Every time we make gains, we eventually fall back down to last on the grid. It feels like a massively uphill, steep hill battle, but everywhere else we're actually making some awesome gains. And see, the acceleration not so much, but second best brakes in grid. Of course that was first. We even built a new brake set as well, so good to see that we somewhat held up. Front wing we're 3rd, suspension we're 7th. We're still going to improve that new part that we built as well, so I reckon we can go up a couple places there. And on the rear wing we are 2nd, so aerodynamically and on the brakes we are in the top 2, or top 3 rather, on the front wing. But yeah, not bad at all. We got the 4th best car in grid, and just last weekend that was 3rd best car grid, so we're actually momentarily above Ferrari. So that shows how close it is. We actually got a better car than Red Bull, so that is awesome on the car front. Now on the standings, this is reflected. Of course, we had a sort of a mid episode standings update where we're 30 points off Red Bull. Now we're just 8 points off Red Bull. We're closing that gap. The fact that we could be 4th place this season is unheard of. Being one of the top teams without a win, as you see, the top 3 teams have allowed a win. I mean, it's going to be a tough ask to try and beat Red Bull, but we are finishing by Verstappen on the regular, and Schwartzman has been beating Ricciardo on a couple of occasions this season. But to be honest, this season's flown by. We're already towards the end of it. I mean, round 14 out of 23. That's not many races to go, but McLaren are still somehow leading by quite some margin, 46 points, despite having half the wins. Russell is 10 points ahead of Piastri with quite a few DNFs, so I think he'll be happy with that. But we're 2 points behind Ricciardo with Schwartzman, and 6 points behind Verstappen with Leclerc. Leclerc going to get 7 points in that car that he has. It's pretty impressive. But I hope you're enjoying the series as much as I am. As you can tell, I'm really excited about the whole thing. I don't know, I just get so wrapped up in the in-game worlds, all the little storylines. But if you're enjoying it, leave a like and consider subscribing if you're not already. Road to 1,000 by the end of the year would mean the world to me if we can hit that goal. And comment below any thoughts, feedback, suggestions, and I'll see you next time out.